Welcome back to Walk America, the video series documenting my 8,600 mile walk. Today's video covers day 80 of the 497 days it took me to cover all those miles, spanning from May of 2021 to November 2022. Day 80 was July 31st, 2021. I walked through and past the community of Clallam Bay before getting on one of the lonelier roads I found in the state of Washington. An out and back road leading 30 miles to the westernmost point of the continental United States, Clallam. Though, as you'll see in the video, even in the loneliest corners of the globe, it seems like you can still run into the nicest people. But I think the biggest takeaway I had from such a long, quiet road that was signal-free was an appreciation for the stillness that you'll find there. It's pretty easy to go all day without giving your brain time to really ponder, given the cell phones that most of us have. But if you can spend all day walking down a road whose view very few people will ever get the opportunity to see, I recommend that you take it. And if you can do that for 497 days in a row, I recommend that you take that too. If you don't think that you can swing that, then welcome to Walk America, the perfect series to show you a condensed version of what that looks like. Enjoy. Day 80. Oh, I walked until late yesterday, jogging in the dark to try to get to somewhere where I could set up a tent. And the first two spots I spied out were like, oh, these look good. I was like wandering around to make sure I wasn't going to be upsetting anybody, and then I saw no trespassing signs. What I ended up going with isn't much better. I'm right in front of that little gate thing, right off to the side of the driveway, so that at least if somebody did want to use the driveway, they could use it. I'm pretty sure it's just a logging road, and they only log each individual forest area every, 40 years. So, statistical probability of me being here when they wanted to access the road to log it seems pretty low. The ranger station, where I'm planning on leaving my cart and making the last little hike out to Clallam, is about 32 miles away from here. My pillow is the clammiest, dampest piece of cloth I've ever had the pleasure of laying my head on all night for weeks now. So much moisture. Ugh, it just makes your skin crawl. Ready to get on the road. I camped right there. You can see the flat spot. You can see where cars drive by. You can see the flat spot. You can see where cars drive by. And you can see why I don't get a lot of sleep anymore. I like how some of the trees on the ridge are just randomly way taller than all the other ones. Clallam Bay. Good gas station lunch with a good message too. Home of the free because of the brave. The wind is coming off the ocean over there. Or is it not the ocean if it's a strait? Because this is the north part of the peninsula, so if you were to walk into the water and then swim in a straight line, you would hit Canada. That was just the cutest thing. I was in this parking lot behind this old gas station, looking at the Strait of Juan de Fuca. This lady, Margaret, was sitting there in her Subaru. I was taking some drone shots, and she goes, "Oh, you really walking across the US?" And she was like, "Oh, do you work? Like, just to be able to finance it?" And it's not so, I don't enjoy like talking about that as much, because it almost sometimes seems like I'm asking for money, which I don't, and if I never get any money, I'll probably be fine. You can eat berries. Anyway, and I was like, oh, you know, sometimes people would just be so nice. They'll just walk up and give me a 20 and say, you know, good luck and stuff like that. And she's like, oh, that's really nice. And I was like, it really is. And anyway, then we like said our goodbyes, and I started walking up the road out of the parking lot. And as I'm walking away, her car pulls up behind me, and she goes, Isaiah, rolls down the window, and is waving a 20 like she was so eager to be one of those people that gave me a 20, which is just sort of the terminology I use. It was adorable. What good people. Not because she gave me money, it was just, I don't know, and she said I couldn't resist. What a sweetheart. Lava's down this road. Good thing this place is a tinderbox. The road to the Ozette ranger station sees quite a lot less traffic, so it's pretty desolate feeling out here, sort of. We still have the same sort of stuff where you're seeing how this portion of the country, this area of the country, is mostly just used for timber logging. I also don't have any signal, so I'm not really connecting to anybody. It's peaceful in a way. 18 miles so far, and it's almost 8. I should be able to. These rail guards to prevent cars from crashing over the side of things are my official chairs for the trip. Can't tell you how many lunches I've eaten on these things. Every evening, things get really still. But this, today, it's particularly peaceful. Surrounded by pretty dense forests, and have been for quite a few miles. Sometimes I'll sort of crest a ridge on the road and I can see out of the forest because I'm at a high spot, and I can see just clouds sort of winding through the trees on the high mountains around me. It's real slow. I can hear the stream running in the woods occasionally. Occasional bird. Sunlight starts to slowly become not quite as evident. Dusk, I guess, is the right term for it. And I'll often turn off my books, you know, as I'm listening. And all you can really hear is the occasional creak of my cart, the water bottles jangling, but predominantly just the sound of my feet. Just really rhythmically taking steps. It's really something. Can't put my finger on what it is, but there's something about this time of day that just makes you finally step back and forget about all the little things you were thinking about during the day. You know, if you're hungry or tired, or what else you have to do next, and what your goals are for the next couple days or weeks, or whatever it is you're looking forward to. And it makes you really think about what actually matters. How much of the stuff that we pursue all day really matters. And it's one of those reflective moments where you try to figure out if your energies are being spent in the way that you would hope you had spent them, I suppose, at the end of your life. I'm just glad I get to experience them more often where I'm at right now, and it's not uncommon for me at the times like this during the day for me not to have signal, which means I can't just when I've got no particular thing to make my brain fixate on and worry or think about, and I can't just zone out with a movie or a show or, I don't know, something to occupy your time. So your thoughts tend to settle a little deeper instead of being so superficial. Not like superficial as in like inconsequential. I don't know, there's just something about the stillness that just allows your thoughts to settle to deeper places than they often have time to get to. I recommend it. It's 9:18 p.m. I've walked 22 miles today. I'm on one of those logging roads that's everywhere up here. They actually, on the signs, they say like, sure, feel free to use this area for day recreational use. Like you're allowed to hike and walk up them and just check out the mountain faces. Apparently they're totally down with it. It does say no camping and don't obstruct the roads, which I'm doing both of, so I'm sorry. But they're used so infrequently that I'm not super worried about it. And if I hear engines, I'm pretty tuned to be able to hear something in the middle of the night, I will get out of their way lickety-split and apologize profusely. That's my plan. I'm gonna set up the tent right here in the middle of the road because that is the flat place. And I'm gonna put the rain fly on, even though I don't expect it to rain, because I think that keeps it a little bit less wet, or in other words, dry, from the condensation that has been my bane of sleep for the last week or so. More than that, 2 weeks. Time is getting, I can never remember when things happened anymore. Day 80, good day. Thanks for watching. Check back in tomorrow for another video. Like, comment, subscribe, notifications, all the good stuff.